Welcome to Rebuild My Church Again, RMCA Bishop Channel. May God bless and reward you for opening this channel and for your goodwill to listen to this spiritual talk on COVID-19, not a reason for death, but an excuse. Today you can be happy that God has chosen you for hearing this talk. Therefore, now relax and try to be calm from within for the next few minutes, because God is going to touch you and bless you. Take a deep breath and experience the presence of God inside you. Surrender all your problems and worries, difficulties and anxieties at the foot of the cross. As you listen this talk prayerfully and attentively, God will shower His mercy upon you and your family. There is a song which says, "Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink." This is the situation about which a sailor in the sea once lamented. He was surrounded by sea water, which is salty. Drinking salt water could be fatal. Something similar is the pandemic situation. All around there is a virus, and if it gets into human bodies, it could be fatal, especially for someone whose immunity is weak and therefore not strong enough to resist the virus. Or one thing about which we can be confident is that it cannot touch the soul of anybody. It can kill only the human body, which has to happen one day anyway. Here let me repeat the words of St. Paul in Romans 5:5. And hope does not disappoint us, because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit which has been given to us. Dear friend, please remember what St. Paul tells us in 1 Corinthians 6:19 and Galatians 5:25 to 26. Do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, He who is in you, whom you have from God, and you are not your own? Here the first thing what I would like to focus is that you are not your own. You belong to God. Therefore, let us not be frightened of COVID-19. We are from God. It is by God's will that we are born on this earth. It was according to God's plan we are born. God decided who must be our parents, what should be the time of our death, of our birth, and in which place we must be born. We never had any role in the selection of these data. What does it indicate? It indicates simply that God has a definitive plan in creating us and had a specific goal to achieve for bringing us forth on this earth. We call that a mission given by God. Till that mission is fulfilled, no one can touch us or kill us, not even COVID-19. We live therefore not for ourselves, but for God, meaning for fulfilling the mission God has entrusted. This must be our conviction. We should not doubt about this. If God's plan for us is fulfilled, then we have no reason to continue to live on this earth. But if it is not yet fulfilled, then no COVID or any other power on earth can take our lives away. So we don't need to worry about that. St. Paul, just before his death, said in 2 Timothy 4:6-8, "For I am already on the point of being sacrificed. The time of my departure has come. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Hence, there is laid up for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on that day, and not only to me, but also to all who have loved His appearing." Even Jesus gives an indication that His mission was over just before he breathed his last breath, Jesus uttered the phrase, "It is finished." In John 19:28-30, we read, "After this, Jesus, knowing that all was finished, he said, 'I thirst.' A bowl full of vinegar stood there. So they put a sponge full of vinegar on hyssop and held it to his mouth. When Jesus had received the vinegar, he said, 'It is finished.'" This is the expected conclusion of life of every Christian. When the mission given by the Father Almighty is over, we too should be able to say, "It is finished." Till then, no power on earth can take our lives away. But when the mission is over, then what is left is only an excuse to explain the reason for death. It could be an accident, a sickness, a one's own mistake, or a mistake of somebody else, etc., etc. Even COVID-19 could also be taken as an excuse for someone's death. That is why I said, I have not yet finished my mission, then I have no reason or excuse to die. But if I have finished my mission on this earth, anything could be a reason or an excuse for my death. And so, why to panic? Now the problem is, I don't know whether I have finished my mission or not. Blessed are those who know that their mission given by the Lord is over. One thing that I know for sure is that I don't belong to that category. Therefore, all what I do with regard to life and death is hope for the best and be prepared for the worst. Even in this situation of COVID-19, this is what I do. The basis for what I said now is the second point I would like to point out. We are the temple of the Holy Spirit. If our bodies are taken as temple, then we have the duty to protect our bodies and the bodies of others. But how shall we do it? Let me give you an illustration. If you are traveling by bus and you know that the person sitting beside you is a known pickpocketer, I am sure you will not dare sleep, since there is always a fear that that man might pick up your purse from you at any time. This means awareness about the danger is the best measure of safety. Now, we know that there is COVID-19 virus all around us. This awareness alone will save us. But how? It is simply because if one is aware of the danger, he will take precautions. There is a saying, if you know that something can go wrong, then wise thing is to stop it from occurring. There is another prudent dictum which says, prevention is better than cure. When there is no cure, then the only option is prevention. That is why the authorities have made us aware how to take care of ourselves in this pandemic situation, like increasing one's immunity power, keeping oneself very strong psychologically, wearing mask, keeping social distance, gargling with hot water, taking steam, washing hands with soap or using sanitizers, taking sufficient exercises, drinking a lot of water, doing breathing exercise, etc., etc. There are numerous guidelines as how to protect us from coronavirus, and the same is also for responding if unfortunately tested positive. Some may even need life-saving measures as response, like oxygen, ventilators, ICU beds, etc. It may also be true that I am a carrier of coronavirus and distribute to others. If my immunity system is very strong, then I may resist him successfully. I may not have any symptom as to warn others that I am coming with the coronavirus, and I may not even succumb to it or become a victim of it. But surely I can spread those virus to others since I am carrying them in my body. This is all the more dangerous. Therefore, I advise everyone whether you went for test or not, whether you are tested positive or negative, you must follow very faithfully the protocol measures for the sake of yourself and others. There should not be any let up in it. When I was tested COVID-19 positive and remained isolated on the top floor of the Bishop's house at Jalandhar, the medical personnel from Jalandhar Civil Hospital used to visit me regularly to inquire whether everything was normal and okay with me. In one such occasion, they told me, "Bishop, we are not sure how many times COVID-19 might have visited us or not. Only thing is that COVID-19 has not yet conquered us, but we can be carrying them in our bodies. So we also follow all the COVID-19 protocols. The preventive measures must remain in force even after the pandemic situation because it can return at any time." Now we are talking about the second wave. About the third and fourth round wave, we have no idea. So be prepared for the worst and do everything hoping for the best. That's all we can do. Therefore, my friend, watch and pray so that you may not enter into quarantine. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Therefore, be doubly careful. My suggestions in this video are the following. Make your world as small as possible. Create a safety circle around you, something like Lakshman Rekha. Inside that, you will be safe. People with wide contacts are becoming highly inflammable public dangers. Avoid them at any cost. Reduce maximum access to public services and increase your own in-house services. I know that for increasing the in-house services, you may have to behave better at home. Yes, if that is needed, please do it. It is a good thing in any way. Never doubt it. It will increase your own safety and the quality of your life. In other words, have less contact with the men and more contact with the God. Terminate unnecessary relationships with the men, money, and material things, and build up instead deeper relationship with God. Care from men has only limited beauty, utility, and durability, but that from God is of eternal value. Listen to more spiritual talks and fill your minds with the divine inspirations. It will give life fresh breath each day, and it will work positively for you than losing peace of mind by listening to gossips, fake news, paid propaganda, vulgar descriptions, blatant and cruel character assassinations, etc. Therefore, avoid all such channels, both from the mainline and social media. They are like stinging dead rats, and let us not put them in our pockets. Sober and spiritual channels are less popular than aggressive and purely entertainment channels. Therefore, be careful of what channel you choose and what material you forward to your friends, near and dear ones. Let us please God even in the selection and sharing of YouTube channels. Start a new lifestyle with COVID-19. Before we die, let us start a new beginning, a beginning for better, stronger, and beautiful life. Let me repeat the words of St. Paul from Galatians 5:16-17. But I say, walk by the Spirit, and do not gratify the desires of the flesh. For the desires of flesh are against the Spirit, and the desires of the Spirit are against the flesh. For these are opposed to each other to prevent you from doing what you would. Wish you a COVID-free life. Yours in the mission of the church, Bishop Franco Mulakan.